Boy. Alright. You guys can tell I have a carbonation issue. It is over-carbed, and that is my IPL. That is the number 2 SJ Pour IPL. This time brewed with RO water with a light and dry profile. So it's pretty much like West Coast-ish water profile. Yeah. So let's yeah. So yeah, look at that head. I haven't seen a head on that since, well, we're not going to get into that, but this beer is not clear. Clear compared to how it was in the fermenter before I cold crashed it. This is crystal clear compared to that. So, but the nose on this is so much better. Everything's more pronounced. It's Tuesday night, right? So it's Homebrew Wednesday tomorrow. Ow! All right, let's sit down and we'll talk about some stuff. Oh, finger in the way. Move fingers in the way. So, what have I been up to? Not much. I need to put a tap handle on that freaking tap, right? Otherwise. But anyway, this is my IPL. Now, when I brewed this, I forgot to put in the Whirlfloc, and I forgot the yeast nutrient. Fortunately, the yeast nutrient didn't bite me in the ass. The Whirlfloc most definitely did. When this thing was in not secondary, when it was in fermentation, I don't secondary anymore. But when I got some gravity samples, this thing was murky. It was yellow, and you couldn't see. You can see. I mean, you can see that. You can see my fingers moving behind it, right? You couldn't do that before. It was totally opaque. You couldn't see shit. It was like, almost like, these two, kind of the semi-color. It was like trying to look through this sponge. It just wasn't happening. So what I did, I started cold crash. I dropped it down to temperature for about 24 hours. And then I added the gelatin. So what I did, I boiled a little over 8 ounces of water for about 10 minutes. Then what I did, I took the water out of the pot and I poured it into a measuring cup and I covered it up. That way I sort of pseudo sanitized the measuring cup. Let that sit for about 10 minutes. Then checked the temperature and it was down to about 148. So optimal temperature for gelatin to dissolve in the warm water is about 150. So I was right in that range. It dumped it in there, stirred it up, and it was absolutely crystal clear. So I came down, popped open the fermenter lid, dumped it in there, and said goodnight. And it works. It works great. Not only did it pull a lot of protein, a lot of yeast out of suspension. It also, I didn't have any dry hops still floating on the top of it. Usually, dry hop, I just throw them in there loose, and I usually still, after the 4 days, 5 days, whatever, I cold crash while I dry hop. There's usually some still floating at the top. There was absolutely nothing floating. It's all down to the bottom. But this beer, we'll talk about this. Now, the flavor on this, you can still tell it's the same beer. Now, it's the hop flavors and aroma is more crisp. It's more pronounced. Just everything's more sharp. But the aroma on this thing is good. It's really good. I'm really surprised. Will RO water change your beer? Yes and no. I mean, it depends on what you're currently doing with your water. I'm by no means expert at water. I'm an idiot when it comes to water. But I was treating water beforehand, so I've never made this beer with just straight tap water, no additions to the water chemistry. But this, man, it's good. It is absolutely just super dry. There's only like 50 IBU, right? So it's not super bitter, but the bitterness is there, and everything's just. It's delicious. It's fucking delicious. So why is this thing overcarbed? Well, I'm just about out of CO2. My little 5-pound bottle is just about done. And when it gets super low, the PSI goes all crazy on the gauges, right? So as I was monitoring the serving pressure, which was up to around 20 PSI, so I got that dialed down because I've been drinking on that pseudo bitter, and it's really tasting good right now. That a week or so of conditioning while I've been drinking on, it's really done wonders. I forgot to see where my carbonation pressure was, and it was at 50 psi. I don't know how many days it was at 50 psi, but it's definitely overcarbonated. So I don't know if any of you guys have the same issue with your regulator. Mine gets all wonky as soon as that bottle starts getting really low. I was fortunate enough, it's not empty yet, but I was fortunate enough to have enough CO2 to actually carbonate this. Will I have enough to carbonate another beer? Nope, not at all. But I will have another beer coming, because I think I'm going to try to brew Saturday, which is the American Homebrewers Association Big Brew Day, virtual Big Brew, right? So I've got enough stuff. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to make an IPA, right? I've got a recipe. I think I'm going to remake the very first beer that I made on this all-electric system. I think that's what I'm going to do. I've got all the ingredients. Other than I don't have the quick oats, the flaked oats. But then I'm going to take the water profile and definitely make it the same as this, just total West Coast hop-driven kind of water profile. And then see where it goes. This is about a 7% beer. I think that one will be about a 7% beer also. So yeah, that's pretty cool, right? One thing I've done, and I usually order for more beer, right? You guys have heard me harp about more beer. Well, it's great because they're in Pennsylvania. If I order early enough in the day, a lot of times it's there next day or 2 days. But since all this COVID-19 stuff's happening, and I'm not knocking them, but their shipping's getting extremely slow, right? I'll explain to you what I've bought lately and recently. But what I've done, and I've ordered from these guys in the past, I ordered from Farmhouse, right? If you guys don't know Farmhouse Brewing Supply, you guys get on the old internets and look it up. But I ordered some grains and a few other things. I ordered a pound of Crystal 40, right? Another one of these, because we'll talk about this next week. And these little fuckers right here, these gaskets for your cam lock fittings, they're fucking impossible to find. Absolutely impossible to find. So I needed some extra ones just for S's and G's, because the stuff I got, a lot of these cam locks that I have, the original cam locks, the original seals, dating back from my single tier propane system, rim system. So there's some of these are 7 years old. They're still holding pressure, no leaks. So I'm going to go with it, but insurance, right? But yeah, I ordered it on a Friday, I think it was. Ordered on a Friday, shipped it on a Saturday, and I got them yesterday. So yeah, I think it's John is there, the guy that runs the place. Sent it out, no problems. No waiting 10 days to get your product. So, all right, guys, I'm going to show you something. And it's going to be cool. It's cool for me. All right, guys, I'll be back in just a second. Oh, look at that. Looky. So yeah, that is a Blickman Riptide. Yeah, I ordered that from More Beer. So I ordered it. It was 10 days exactly to get it. From the time I placed the order till it hit my front door, 10 days. Which I'm not bitching. I don't need it, but still 10 days. Will I order for More Beer? Sure, I'll order for More Beer. Things will get better once all this COVID-19 stuff's done, and all the states are pretty much all opened up again. Things will get back to normal. Their shipping will be back. But yeah, I've got that in there. That's my big purchase. Other thing that I did for More Beer is let me walk over here. I've got a bag of grains, right? Which I don't want to sound like an asshole. I got Special B there, right? Everybody's got a Special B. I don't understand why nobody's got a Special B. I ended up ordering that from a homebrew shop on Amazon. They're from Ohio, so I got it really quick, but still, I ordered that stuff. So the guy, I'll say representative from More Beer, sends me an email. Hey, we're out of Special B. You can either cancel the entire order, cancel the Special B. We'll ship everything else out. So I said, just cancel the Special B, ship everything else out. So I get a ship notification. The package comes actually the Saturday of the Big Brew Day, the SJ Pour organized #Unity Brew Day, and it's a bag, and it's a small envelope, and it's 2 bags of USO5. I didn't have a USO5 in my order, so I had to send an email, and they said they apologized, but then that box got shipped out immediately. So I mean, it's just how life works right now. All right, let's go. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I can get stuff. I can get product from my local homebrew shop, but it's kind of a hassle. They're only open on Fridays and Saturdays from 4 to 7. So yeah, so I can't complain. I mean, I'm not bashing More Beer. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit here and talk badly about them. It's just that's the state of the world, and I'm just telling you guys, if you want something that's going to arrive at your door fairly quickly, maybe More Beer's not your thing. Farmhouse over there, shipping out. So one thing I need to get my SJ Pour beer shipped. I absolutely lost track of what date it is, and good thing I watched Mike Dean's Homebrew Wednesday, because it was totally off my radar. So yeah, hopefully I'm gonna wind it up here. I'm gonna keep my old pump just for a backup. Do I need it for a backup? During the course of a brew day, if one goes out, I've got 2 on my stand, so I can always swap all the hoses over the runoff of the other pump, and it may mean that I batch spars instead of fly spars. Whatever. I've done it before and done it in the past. Not a big deal. All right, guys. Then again, I may just put that pump out there on Facebook or whatever. It fucking runs great. I think it needs a new magnet. I think that's what the problem is. I think it just needs a new magnet. I think there's so much. I think the tolerance in between the magnet and the back end of the pump, the shield over the impeller sits in, there's a little thin piece of stamped sheet metal that sits inside of that magnet. And when it spins, I think that magnet has touched it over time. It touched it enough that it's worn the tolerance to the large side of the tolerance, and it just kind of breaks the magnetic bond, breaks the magnetic hold at some point. So that's what I think it is. Is it an easy fix? Probably. I think it's like a $20 part, $25 part on the Chugger Pump website, and you can buy it at the same price on other websites. But one thing that's really sold me on the Riptide is that it's sealed. The body is sealed, not like water tight seal. It's water resistant difference. So if water splashes on it, you're not going to have to worry about it. The old Chugger Pumps, water splashes on it, it could potentially get inside of it, and it may not bother you today or tomorrow, but there's potential for corrosion. Then that can lead to a whole bunch of other things. So yeah, and the Riptides have the removable head, which that's what I've loved from the Riptide from the very beginning. So that sold me. I was really close to pulling a trigger on the Mark II pumps, but you're basically going to have the same issue if you do with the chugger pumps. If you get water inside of it, you're kind of screwed. They're not quite as powerful as a chugger pump. So, but at the price point on those it's pretty awesome. But anyway, rambling. All right, guys. Maybe I want to talk about what I'm doing. I got a small little project I'm trying to build. I'll have something next Wednesday, Tuesday evening, if you guys want to watch it. But anyway, that's it for me. I'm not doing anything live. It's not going to be anything that cool. It's just a little project I think is going to be pretty nifty or neato. All right, guys. That's it. I'm out. Cheers. Peace.